Alright, cool. It appears to work. Can I delete this? Yes. Can I... Oh, keyboard. Let's just make sure that I remember this is going to be on hard, and that it's going to kick my ass.
The Industrial Revolution.
I don't need to know the story.
Johannes.
In fact, I kind of want to turn the Japanese voiceovers on, because I've never heard them. Can I change it? There we go. I've only ever heard the Japanese ones. Or the English ones. I really wish they wouldn't force me through all the tutorials. I'm playing on hard mode. I've clearly played the game before. Blah blah blah, I don't care about that. I really ought to move my laptop somewhere. Hold on. I think what we're gonna do is move this down here. And move the laptop over here. Will it reach? You know you want to reach. That is... Oh, hold on. I can stop that from being quite so dangerous. There we go. That way I don't have to, like, constantly look to my right to read chat. This will be significantly less of a pain in the ass when I get a second monitor, but for now... My laptop is my second monitor. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna unplug the motherfucker. I don't need it to be plugged in. And when it gets low, I'll plug it back in. There. And we have the added benefit of being able to make room for the mic to be back up where I want it. Which is right here. I think that's probably fine. Okay. Ah, I forgot this guy's a giant pain in the ass. Yo, I got his soul first try. Or his shard. I'm gonna call it souls a billion times on accident. God, these things do a billion damage to you on hard. Did I turn the fucking tutorials off? Controls, volume, sound, graphics, other. Show hints, off. I swear I just turned the hits off and it's telling me how to jump. Thanks, game. You gonna tell me how to open this door now, too? Yes, of course you are. It's fine. I want your shard. Gimme. Get that bird thing shard, because that bird thing shard is a really good ground attack that will help me kill the stupid fucker over there without dying. I can only imagine what Nightmare is like. So, I played this a little bit once I got my computer set up on hard. And let me fucking tell you, when it says hard, it means really fucking hard. Like, you get hit like 3 times and you're dead. And there's another difficulty past this one. I don't know what the right speed for doing this backdash thing is. I want that music, like, cranked the fuck up. Where's my music? There. Oops. Maybe more? Maybe less. Maybe more. Yeah, I won't get tired of this song. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by that thing, aren't I? And these things do not want to drop their shards. I wonder if I should be using the Dullahan shard instead. I don't like that my controller will randomly decide to go a different direction when I hit down. I want whatever that was, but I don't want to get hit. There we go. That Gale Crawler's fucking amazing. And now I can use Gale Crawler to go this far from over here until he decides to drop his helmet. Kamada-san, konbanwa. Irashai. Ooh, I killed that thing in one hit with its own power. It's expensive, though. But I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak. Drop your helmet so I can leave. Oops. That's not a helmet. Ah, there's that. Come on. You know you want to drop a helmet. Man, those things hit hard. In fact, it hits so hard I just die. That's what I mean by when they say hard, they mean hard. Oh, buddy. I gotta be more careful. Do I even have the... I do not. That makes me sad. Okay. We're starting from scratch. Okay, well, at least we got that back. Oops. It's insurance. God, man. I don't want to be near that. Keep your helmet, please. I'm getting really tired of it. Is it a controls thing? No. Swap confirm and back? No. Mouse menu input? No. There's got to be something to stop it from always going back to the same thing. Like, I don't want it to always go back to options when I go to the menu. Vibration, blood, swap confirm back, mouse input lag, or mouse menu input, reduce input lag. Controls, maybe? Wait, there's a main menu button? That's not start? Well, these are all the, keyboard controls. I guess that's just something you can't change? That's kind of lame. Lots of metal. I like metal. But I want your helmet. Hey, Ixie, how's it going? It's going? Yeah, I understand that. I fucking love this game too. And I'm really excited because this is the first time that I'm getting to play it as it was meant to be played. Because so I backed this game originally on the Wii U, and that version got cancelled, so I switched it over to the Switch. There's another problem. I live in Japan, and every backer that lived in Japan didn't get their keys on time. We actually got them like a month later. But to compensate for that, we got another shard. To compensate for that, they gave us Steam keys to play in the meantime. But obviously you know how bad the Switch port turned out to be. So I played through the entire game on my piece of shit laptop. The thing that I've been streaming on for the last, like, 6 years. Longer than that, actually, I think. No, about 6 years. And it barely made it through it on the lowest settings, you know? And I finally got my Switch key, and turned that thing on, and was immediately so disgusted by how bad it looked that I just turned it off. Mind you, that was before they did any of the patching that they have since done. That was like version 1.01, right? Me and Jack are the oldest streamers that you know. Damn, that means you know a lot of young streamers. Because I ain't that old, I'm only 33. Anyway, I waited and waited and waited. Oh, you mean that been around Twitch the longest? Okay. Hey, Joe, how's it going, man? So I waited and waited for all these patches, and they did the big Switch patch, right? Like, it was like 1.03. And while that fixed a lot of stuff, the game was still a disaster. Like, an absolute fucking disaster. Like, I don't think it was exactly this spot, but it was a spot like this, where you drop down, and you go up to another area. And I would jump up like this, and I counted, and it still took 7 seconds for this transition to happen, and I was like, nope, turned it off again, and didn't touch it. And then, version 1.04 came out, and I want to say that's the most recent version. And that's still... They fixed most of the problems in terms of, like, it's a lot more playable now. But it still doesn't look very good. And the loading is still way, way worse than it should be. So I am very glad that I still... There's my helmet. I'm very glad that They said this key for us playing on Steam was supposed to be temporary. But they never took it back? So I guess I get to keep it. Where's my water? I'm thirsty. You doing pretty good? I am good in some ways and bad in others. Had a really bad day at work, but this is my first stream from my new PC. Which is why you're seeing me from a different camera angle, because it's my camera's hanging off of one of my monitors now. That's why Bloodstained looks so damn good, because it's playing on a beast of a computer. I'm not sure, do I want to grind these guys out? This move is really good. I know what I want to do. I want to go, grind the water move a little bit, and I know exactly where to do that. This is more than an update, Ixie, so let me put this in perspective. The laptop that I'm currently reading chat off of right now, that's what I'm using it for. This is now my chat machine, temporarily. Is a 2014 model Dell laptop. That was, at the time, a gaming laptop. But now, couldn't handle playing, like, Skyrim if it wanted to. I'm lucky if I can have OBS open on the thing. And be able to do literally anything else. Like, I used to stream and someone would be like, oh, I'm gonna post a link in your Discord, you should check it out. And I would go to do that, and my computer would freeze. Or like, someone would send me a message on Facebook and I would go to mute my Facebook messages because I hate that noise. And my computer would freeze. So, to go from that to what I have now, which I should probably make a bot command for it like Scoot did. But, now I've got a... What was it? A Ryzen 7 3700X, an NVIDIA GeForce 2070 Super, 32 gigs of DDR4 3600 megahertz RAM, like all kinds of crazy shit. My first M2 drive that my operating system is going on. A 1 terabyte solid state drive for all my other shit. Like, this is the best computer I've ever seen, period. Like, unless there's been, like, at video game events that I've interpreted at or something. Like, this computer is ridiculous. The sad thing is I feel like I should be a lot happier about it, but I'm really stressed out about work, so I'm just like, am I capable of being that happy right now? Maybe not. I don't know. But it gives me a very good distraction when I come home from work. And also, I'm gonna get another monitor so I can stop using my laptop for chat. And the monitor that I'm actually playing games on now is going to be is gonna be flipped. and it's gonna have my OBS and my chat bot open on it. Barely pushing. No, I actually fully intend on finding stuff to like put it through its paces. I haven't bought any really good PC games in a long time. But I know one thing I want to try to get if I can find it for cheap enough. I want to get Sekiro on this, as I've wanted to play Sekiro since it came out. I feel like Sekiro would look amazing on this computer. Oops, I keep forgetting I'm not using the wind thing anymore. Which one costs more? Does it tell me? MP costs 22, MP costs 25. This actually costs more. So, might as well do that, it's quicker. You're waiting for Cyberpunk. I'm not sure if I'm going to be into that kind of thing. I'll wait till it comes out and see what everybody has to say about it. I've never been big into the Deus Ex-y style of stuff. Like, it always seemed really intriguing to me, and I actually own the original Deus Ex, and I fully intend to play it eventually. Maybe on stream, I don't know. But it never really grabbed me. You like the genre? I like the idea of like cyberpunk and stuff like that. Like one of the retro games that I'm planning on playing on the stream soon is Shadowrun on the SNES. I really want to play that. I really can't wait. I'm still not fully set up with this thing. Like I said, I have to get a second monitor so I can have something set up for chat and all that stuff, so I don't have to worry about looking for that. I am also eventually going to get an internal HD capture card, and I'm going to put my Switch and my PS4 out here, so I will never have to move a thing to stream ever again. You'd like to watch me play it? Oh, Shadowrun, you mean? Yeah, Shadowrun will be a lot of fun. I played a little bit of it when I was in high school, but I don't really remember a ton about it. I want to try all the Shadowruns. Apparently there's a Shadowrun on the Mega CD, but it was never released in English. And one of the retro things I want to do for the stream soon is I want to get a Mega Drive and get a Mega Everdrive. What level is this? This is like grade 3. Increases coverage when I rank it up. That also increases coverage, or this is increases duration. I think this is probably fine then. I don't need to like grind anymore. It's different, you have strong nostalgia for it though. I remember it being really fun. Like, it presented everything in a really unique way for the time. This is where I get my first directional magic. How do I do it? I just like... I sure wish I'd get a better weapon, though. Dialogue system can be a chore, but as you said, it was rather unique for its time. The only, other game like that I can think of is kind of like Final Fantasy II kind of has a system like that, but not really, it's not as complex. And that was never released in English at the time anyway. Breakable wall. Should I put up no spoilers? Oh, I should have seen that. I've played through this before. So I guess it's not a big deal. At one point I 100%ed the map, so it doesn't matter. I should actually be looking for those details, though. Can I get, like, an upgraded version of this, this here thing? Kill these guys? HP rounds? Killing him now. The sad thing is, I remember the plot of this game, but I don't really remember the layout. So a lot of this is like, I don't remember where anything is. Which I guess is good, because it's kind of like I'm, yeah, but I've played this before, so it's not really spoilers. It's more like backseating at that point. And I guess I really don't care. Also, hey DZ, how's it going? Short sword. You're probably garbage though, aren't you? Yeah, you have garbage weapon speed until I get the stupid shard. Alright, that's fine. How does one open just the map? There we go. So I have Mr. Room? Fuck. But can I go back up around? It doesn't look like it. That's fine. How are you doing tonight, DZ? God, this looks so gorgeous. I can't. It's fun. Oh man, this thing's like one more hit, I'm gonna die. Hard is kicking my ass. Been good. Lots to keep busy with. Your sister's boss, like 10 years, having open heart surgery. Well, I hope that goes well. I imagine if that's her boss of 10 years, she must at least enjoy working for him. Yeah, hopefully that goes well. I shouldn't be using... where is it? This at least protects my front, right? How long have I been overseas? I've been overseas for almost 5 years. I am so close to the save room. Don't you fucking dare kill me. Jesus Christ. In August it'll be 5 years. Nice. I knew there was a reason I came back here. This is one of the weapon types I wanted to fuck around with. But holy shit are these slow. And weaker than the goddamn Kung Fu shoes. I'm sure if I use these, they'll be a little better, right? Yeah, that's double damage. And hollow points are probably way better. I should probably save. Blood clot in his shoulder, I think an infection. He's an MD. Does oral surgery. He knows everything that can happen during like an oh god. Well, I mean, I'm sure he also knows that, like, you know, the chances of anything going wrong are really slim, you know? I'll fill out the top of that map. Why do I get the feeling that takes me somewhere? I swear there was a place up here that does exactly that. If I can actually pull it off enough times in a row. I don't think I have enough MP to pull this off. Not to mention my controller sucks. Yeah, I don't think I pulled it off. It's fine. But as unless, of course, you know, that all of the things that doctors tell us before we go into surgery is horseshit, and he knows that, in which case maybe I could understand him being a little nervous. Or I could understand that too. Like, I don't know this doctor. I don't know what his success rates are, like that kind of thing. I could see that being a thing. Man. Be real careful. Like, this first boss fight's probably gonna kill me. That's why I'm killing, like, everything. Hoping to level up enough that it won't matter. I don't think these... I can check, right? Can't I? Okay, that doesn't have a shard. This does. And so does the bat. I'm hoping that some of these are going to be non-attack shards that will actually be really useful to me right now. But I get the feeling they're not going to be. I'm going to move on real quick, because I need to get to that other save room before I die. We're just going to move... Oh, I can't, can I? Oh, y'all put me in a really bad position. Alright, it's fine. Ah! One of these is a save room. It has to be. Thank you. This game is a lot scarier on hard mode. I breezed through this on normal, but hard mode is really fucking terrifying. But now that I'm here... it takes too long to kill him. I will probably find another place to grind that fucker. Tattered scarf. Oh, darn scarf. Should probably find out what these stats actually do. Oh, hey, that's a bone guy. What's that? Oh, and you. Oh, buddy. I can kill one of those in one hit. I'm okay with that. Ghosts. I'm pretty sure ghosts do have a shard. I'm just gonna wait until I have enough, or maybe he'll come back. Maybe not. Let's check. Ghosts do have a shard. I bet ghosts are the first summon. That is a really bad enemy placement. Go back to the save room. Do I risk it? Tell me there's another save room. This is scary as fuck. Oh! Alright, I'm leaving. Bye. I forgot about that. To be fair, I forgot about a lot of things. Claymore. What's that? What? I like the idea in theory. Wait, really? Oh, that's because I have... Yeah. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I like having attack power. Thanks. Dude, I'm about to die. What are you? Go away. I love these things. You can make these into familiars. And I'm dead. Oh, man. Even the beginning of the game's really hard. It'll probably get easier once I get access to alchemy. And I can power up and make new gear and shit. But this game is not pulling any punches. This first boss is probably going to be able to break it. I would not be surprised. So part of the reason I'm doing this is because I never played through it on anything but easy when I played it, or I guess normal. Melting Skull? Tell me that's a thing. Tell me that's like... What? That's a... What? Okay. I can turn that into something later. Yeah, I would agree on that. Oh wow, I'm not strong enough to kill him yet. It's slightly random. So I never played anything past the normal difficulty with this game, which is already just a shame, because this game's really good. But also, they have since released the randomizer and and Zangetsu modes that in order to access you have to beat the game again. Now, I could load up my old save and just beat the final boss and unlock them, but I'd rather play the game the way it was meant to be played in 1080p with gorgeous graphics as the main character, and then try out some randomizers and Zangetsus and stuff. Does Giant Rat have a shard? It does. Yeah, they're relatively recent. You're probably guarding something too. You're guarding a passageway back to the fucking save room. Come on. How much MP do I need? I'll gladly take that save room. But yeah, Zangetsu mode is basically the Richter mode of the game. It's a lot shorter, and there's like no new story or anything to it, so much as like it's a new way to play through the map. And Zangetsu is a really badass character anyway, so that's okay by me. I'm gonna chill here and grind these fuckers till I get some heads. I want to take some of these with me into the boss fight, because these guys as a familiar are fucking hilarious. I need something that can kill these quicker. Can the Claymore kill these quicker? Not quite yet. This is gonna be a problem. This is definitely a problem. Alright, 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 alright! Y'all could... Okay. One of the other things I wanted to do by playing through this was try to use stuff that I didn't use the first time I played through. And the first time I played through, I relied heavily on swords and the sword familiar, and like I don't remember what it's called. There's like a Latin sounding spell that shoots lightning, that's like chain lightning. I used that almost exclusively after I got it, and then you get it like halfway through the game. I really want to play Persona 4 Golden. Now that it's on Steam, I was like, aw, I might have to buy it, and it's only 20 bucks, and I could play it in Japanese, which means I can play it without the senpais and the kuns, and well, it'll be in it, but I don't have to read them out loud or hear English voice actors try to pronounce them badly. Yeah, I really hope they decide to release more on PC. Yo, I'll take that. What does that do again? Increases coverage. So it increases the range? I know you're here. I grab whatever's in here. Oh, the whip! I forgot. Why is that coin, like, spinning in the air? Oh, you can get the helm from here, too? But I have 3 of those helms now. God, 35 damage from those fuckers. I'm gonna go save again, but Christ almighty, the damage you take is no joke. This is like going from difficulty 1 to like difficulty 10. I can't wait till I can get some alchemy in me. It's a good port, you like honorifics, I don't. There's no reason to put honorifics in English text. Honorifics don't exist in English, and there are ways to cover honorifics in English translated text that don't involve just using them. Come on, one of you've got to drop the shard. Man. Not even that. Like, you can adjust someone's speech patterns. Like, if someone is constantly referring to somebody as senpai, for example, you can just have them speaking more formally towards somebody. Depending on the context. It doesn't have to always be that, but that is an example. Man, these... I'm gonna double check and make sure that those do have the shard, but I could have sworn... Yeah, they have a shard, it's probably just a really low drop rate. I'm sure they don't want you to have it in the very beginning. But I am... stubborn! I can just get this. I could come back when I get the luck shard to boost my chances of getting this, but I want it early because I'm stupid. Because having Medusa heads flying around with you is the greatest thing ever, and I won't be convinced otherwise. Ooh, I got a twofer. Come on, one of you gotta drop it. Come on. Be nice. You're capable of it. I can't actually, if I could kill these things... Maybe the gun? Maybe the whip. Oh! I found a... Oh my god, I found an application to use the whip. I never thought I would see the day. Iga would be thrilled. Ah, oh, this is ridiculously difficult. The whip's actually pretty strong, too. There we go. Now I just need to get more than one. Oh, did they just nerf the fuck out of these? Because that thing's only doing 1 damage. Oh, I should leave. I got the one. I don't want to get greedy. Yo, righto! How's it going? Yes, this is on the new PC. That's why you got a new camera angle with me, and now I realize that I have a reason to clean a lot more of my apartment because you can now see a lot more of it. How are you doing tonight, buddy? Some HD anime titties. I mean, kind of. Oh, I'm leveling up the familiar. That's what that is. That's right, these things get stronger. Wait, what? I did break the wall just now, didn't I? Doing pretty good? I'm glad to hear that. For the anime and Japanese enthusiastic side, if they say it's not directly translatable and it gives context. But that's the thing! It's directly translatable! There is no word in the Japanese language. I'll say it with stupid online social media claps. There is no word in the Japanese language that cannot be translated into English. Not a single word exists that cannot be translated. Not one. Can level up weapons in this game. No. You level up the special abilities. So here, I'll show you. Kun is not directly translated to another single... Well, that's what one thing you're misunderstanding, though. Whenever you translate anything, you're not taking... You can't take every single individual word and replace it with another word to translate something. You'll wind up with a bunch of garbage. That's not how translation works. It's not even really a cultural thing. It's just between languages. Languages function differently. And I'll give you the best example. Well, actually, no, that's not the best example. Never mind. But there's a lot of, like, I've had this argument a lot because I am a professional translator, and there are people out there who have this same inane opinion that, you know, you have to retain certain things. Blah, blah, blah. You don't. I see a lot of people who will get upset because there is there's a set of characters in Japanese called katakana that often people mistake for, that's Japanese using words from another language. Well, yes and no. They can also use katakana in ways to sort of invent their own words. Like, in Japanese, they use the word smato, which is, if you listen carefully enough, it sounds like the word smart, but it has nothing to do with your intelligence. Smato in Japanese means someone who is a snappy dresser, someone who has a good fashion sense. Or, the word arubaito is taken from a German word, arbeiten, which means work. But it doesn't mean work in Japanese, it's the word for a part-time job. Like, you have to have knowledge of both the language that you're translating from and the language that you're translating to, and you have to adapt things so that they sound like a native speaker wrote them. There are plenty of things that, yes, that works with, but I think you just have a lot of pissed off people. You're going to have a lot of pissed off people anyway, because there are fan translators out there who think they know everything in the world, and they don't. Hell, there are professional translators that get paid to do it who think they know everything, and they don't. There's no one right way to do translation. But one thing that most translators will agree with me on is that unless you're in a heavily Japanese context, where that Japanese context is incredibly important, there is no reason to use Japanese words in your translation. Do I know any words that come from Italian? I've shared some of the stupid restaurant menus, or portions of the restaurant menus from you. Or to you, but with you before. Where they just use fancy Italian words to try to make them, the menu sound fancy. In 10 years, no kids who know as many Japanese concepts and words that are common knowledge now. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Yeah, the restaurant stuff always comes up. I think, since we're having this discussion, I think this issue goes back to two things. There's two things that came up that brought up this issue. One, there was some really, really bad manga translations when manga first started getting translated into English, and I'm talking back when they would flip the images around so that you could read the manga right to left instead of left to right. Like, that era of bad manga translations. And they had a tendency to leave a lot, I mean a lot, of Japanese words in their translations, and then put little asterisks next to it, and put in the sidelines what those Japanese words mean. Or, I read through the entire original English translation of Rurouni Kenshin, one of my favorite manga/anime. And there was so much bullshit that they would leave untranslated, and then have like a little mini dictionary in the back of the manga to tell you what all these words mean when they didn't need to. That's one of those things that caused it. The other thing that caused it was the official English adaptation of Naruto, where they just said, it's too hard to translate all these things into English, so we're just gonna leave them in Japanese. That's it. Like, stuff like genin, chunin, jonin, stuff like jutsu, stuff like kekkei genkai. Like, all of those things could have been translated into English and actually have meanings that people would remember years down the road. Meanwhile, now, if you ask someone who isn't a die-hard Naruto fan what any of those things are, they have no idea, because they're Japanese words and don't mean anything to them. That's why it pisses me off when I see stuff like, what was it? There is a Square Enix game that came out recently called, Oninaki. Oninaki, where's my phone? And this pisses me off for more than one reason. Because in Japanese, the title is much longer. The title is... Where's the Wikipedia article? It doesn't show me. I have to actually look up the Japanese Wikipedia article. Oni no Naku Kuni. So, in Japanese, the title of this game is The Land in Which Demons Weep. Now, mind you, that's me just literally translating it off the top of my head. But that is 1,000 times easier for an English speaker to remember than Oninaki is. And Oninaki is shorter. And I've seen people talking about this game online and constantly misspell it. I've heard people talking about it and had them mispronounce it all the time. And it's just this thing where it's like, why wouldn't you translate it into English and make it something that your audience will remember? End of rant. Let me see what I've missed while I was ranting. Eat it up, how's it going, dude? That wasn't a thing in Italy, though they flipped the pages. Here, have a drink for that salt! Yes, Straz, I'm feeling very salty. Lazarus Nobunaga gonna make me learn Japanese for... You should! If that's... Okay, so if someone who is complaining about there not being Japanese words in a translation, if the reason they are complaining about it is because they are worried that they're going to be losing anything like Japanese cultural context or anything like that, first of all, A, you're not going to. But B, if you're that worried about it, that you're gonna go online and complain about translations, learn Japanese, play the games in Japanese, and leave English game translations alone. You are a very niche group, and I don't like the fact that that niche group is affecting my industry. English speakers trying to spell anything but... Yeah, exactly, Iraito. Doing pretty great. You're one step closer to smashing or burning your PSIO. What is PSIO? Bought another PS1, installed the chip it requires. Still does not work, so it was not my system. It is the device being garbage. You're lazy, like the damn translators who made it this... Exactly. It's real... I didn't include the third part, I guess. So it started with bad manga translations, moved into Naruto, and then once those things became something that people were seeing a lot of, people saw that a lot and went, oh, that's what good translations are supposed to be. So then 3 fan translators picked up on it and said, well, if official translations are doing it, so should we. Like, so now you've got a bunch of different... Wow, I didn't realize how much the screen is shaking when I'm not doing anything. So now you've got these 3 big major sources causing this problem that have still kept going to this very day. I had to go through... actually, no, I didn't. One of my coworkers had to go through a list of... Naruto special technique names. And let me tell you what this problem causes, okay? So there's a manga translation, an anime translation, and there's several game translations for all of these techniques. And for the most part, none of them are the same, because some of them decided to do it in Japanese, some of them decided to do it part Japanese and part English, and some of them decided to do it entirely in English. There needs to be a rule where you say we're doing it this one way for this property, and we keep it that way. There's a PS1 device you put in the parallel port. It lets you play your PS1 games from SD cards. That sounds fucking amazing. I probably want one, but at the same time, I get the feeling they're probably really expensive. Nothing, and you mean nothing more than listening to me complain about translations. I'll do it a lot, because it's my job, and I'm really passionate about my job. Hey, Safa, how's it going? I actually really like the whip, but... because it's a lot stronger than any weapon I have right now. 125 bucks. Yeah, no, I'm good. Especially if they brick. You suggest avoiding them. Yeah. If they brick, I'm good. Yo, where's my dude? Did my dude go away? Familiar. Where are you, sir? Did you disappear into the wall? Is this a bug? I suppose if I leave and come back, he'll show up again, right? There you are. No, Irito. So what I'm doing, I checked before I started streaming. I don't remember who had been talking to this about it. I want to say it might be Scoot. I really don't like the way that categories work on Twitch, because essentially the categories rely on the game being popular for you to be able to get noticed. So before I started streaming, I checked and saw how many people were in the Bloodstained category. Do you want to guess how many people were in the Bloodstained category? 7. 7 people were in the Bloodstained category. 7. I went into games and demos. 6,000 people were in that category. And since this is a game, it fits the category. So I guess when I play anything that's not retro, chances are I'm gonna play it in games and demos. Just because it makes it easier for new people to discover the channel. You're interested in the device with the hardware seems faulty. It is very faulty. It puts me at the bottom of a 6,000 person list, but that's better than being, like, at the top of a list of 6 people. Would that be the opposite of what you want to do? I look at it the way that I look at retro, right? If I were to put myself in... I was talking about playing Shadowrun, for instance. I don't even know if they have a Shadowrun and SNES category, but let's pretend they do. And I put myself in the Shadowrun category, and I am the only person streaming in that category. No one's gonna look for that. No one's gonna find the stream. It's gonna be literally just the people already following me. Which, in some cases, is fine. But I do want to grow my channel. At least if I'm at the bottom of a 6,000 person list, there are people who will go to the bottom of that 6,000 person list, look for someone who has, say, double-digit viewers, and maybe join that stream. You know, that's what I'm going to test out. That's the way that retro works. I never put any of the retro games that I play as my category. I put retro because people who want to watch people play retro games pretty much like almost any retro game, right? The Saturn device, I really want one of those. I basically want to get one of those for like every CD-based device I own, pretty much. I'm getting my ass kicked. The satiator's already dead. Oh, that's sad. Mode's gonna drive demand to an all-time low for his device. Reason for it to exist when the mode already does everything his would have done. I have no idea what you two are talking about. I assume this is another device for the Saturn that'll allow you to load from SD. God, the recoil on this is terrible. Wait, it works in both systems? That doesn't make sense. Is it something solderless? Ow. Man. Hard mode's hard. I can't believe I've been playing this game for an hour in the fucking intro stage because the game's just that fucking hard on hard mode. Ow. I leveled up, I should go, I should go save. I can't get over how fucking gorgeous this game is. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm finally level 10. We got double digits. How low is the chance of me getting this goddamn shard? 2% compared to, like, 4? 4, it's pretty low, isn't it? I want at least one more. For every one of these shards you get another one of these heads. There's one. Wait. What? Do you not get more than one? Oh, it just makes it stronger now. Did they change this through the patches? Did they make this less awesome? Because this was one of the most awesome shards before. Ow. Time to leave. Time to leave. They nerfed this shard. God damn it. Is it even worth it for me to grind for it then? Took it down from 6 max heads to 4. Oh, okay, so I can still get more than one. That's the important thing. I want to get one more before I go to the boss because I'm a dumbass. I like stupid things. I didn't use this shard the first time I played through. Hard mode doesn't really need that shard. Shh! Don't tell me how to play hard mode. I'll play hard mode the way I want to play hard mode. Nightmare does. Does it make nightmare mode easier? Is that what you're telling me? There's another one. Oh, yeah, is that 2? Do I have 2 now? I do. Will they actually hurt stuff? I'd like them to attack things. Okay, they do like 1 damage. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Oh man, I can't even. That's what Nightmare means, man. Hard's already hard enough. You've beaten this on Nightmare before, right? I assume. How ridiculous was that? Because I'm already finding this kind of hard. You may have gone ham. Yeah, I mean, I would have gone ham the first week when it was out if I could play it. Like, when I first got my copy, I told this story earlier, so... Backers in Japan got fucked. We didn't get our keys for the systems we backed until, like, well over a month later. But they gave us this Steam key, the Steam key I'm playing right now, actually, as a way to, like, compensate for it. Like, here, have this temporary Steam key. Which apparently isn't temporary because I still have it. But I played through on my stream on my piece of shit laptop and it barely ran. But after I beat it, I was like, I can't put myself through this again because it was fun. The game's great, but it was bad. I could tell it was super laggy and all this stuff. Where's my second head? Where did it go? Does it just randomly disappear? Listen, motherfucker, you're an important part of my strategy right now. So, if I had a device that was capable of playing it at a decent frame rate, I'd have probably beaten the ever-loving hell out of everything when this came out. Get out of my way. I got so many of these helms, I hope I can sell these for something. I'm not even sure you can sell them at all. Okay, I'm gonna die. I leave. Bye. You say you have no plans to touch Nightmare again. It's pretty crap! Well, if you say that, I might never touch Nightmare at all, then. It's that bad. Shit. But yeah, I'm figuring... Can you still see me? You can still see me. I'm figuring that since... what am I trying to say? Since I never got to play through on a decent device, instead of just, like, opening my old save file and beating the final boss to unlock the Rando and Zangetsu modes, I would give it a playthrough on hard instead. Fuck. Fuck. I have a new PC. If you want, you can share my games with me. Is that a thing? Are we allowed to share games with our friends? That tells you how much I know about Steam and how that shit works, because I haven't used it that much. Like, I started looking at the stuff on Steam, and I was like, it was trying to tell me to stream games that I had installed on my laptop, and I'm like, wait, what? That's a thing I can do? I don't think my laptop could handle that. Like, it told me to stream this from my laptop, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. You're sharing your games with 4 people? Well, I mean, if you don't mind. If that's a thing, then hell yeah. It'll give me a couple of options that I don't have. You don't happen to have Sekiro, do you? I'd play that in a heartbeat. You know the Dark Souls games? I have Dark Souls... Well, okay. So I have the original version of Dark Souls 1, which is now defunct, I think, so it's garbage. And I have Dark Souls 2. I don't have Dark Souls 3. I do eventually plan on playing all of them. Ugh. This box is really annoying. Can you, like, be useful and kill one of these after I hit it? Ow. Alright, healing time. Oh, fuck. Sekiro is pretty much a Dark Souls game, yep. And I played a pretty decent portion of Sekiro at a buddy's house, because I've got a buddy in Osaka who... He's the first person I've ever met who does this exclusively. He really likes watching his friends play games, because he's not very good at games. So he, like... I came over to his house and I was spending, like, a weekend with him, and he put out his PS4 and set out a controller and asked me to play Sekiro in front of him. I'm like, alright, if you enjoy this, it's like me streaming, but for one person. And we drank and made jokes, and I played Sekiro for a while. Oh, I appreciate that, Araito. I think I will call this quits once I get the third Dulla Hammerhead. Because I'm sure that the other familiars are better, but I know I'm telling myself I'm not going to use the sword. Because I used the sword the last time. That was my main familiar. I'm sure the sword is probably the best familiar now. Now that they've nerfed the fuck out of this. It's like, I'm sad I'm never gonna get a chance to use the portrait shard at full power. Like, I was reading the fucking patch notes as they were going, y'all motherfuckers are nerfing everything the speedrunners use, so by the time I get to play it, and I try to speedrun it myself, the speedrun strats are gonna have changed. You're glad you nerfed some of it? Oh, okay. If it's had a positive effect on the game, then that's good. Did they do anything about the bunny girl? I know the bunny girl shard was really, really strong. Hey, I heard say the same line a million times. This portress was annoying. You have Hitman games? I've never played a Hitman game, but I would try it. Yeah, there's a bunny girl. Have you never played this, Araito? You really need to get it. If game sharing is a thing, I'll share my games to you so you can play this. Though, I do have a question. Does that mean that, like, if I'm playing my game and you go to play it, you can't play it? That kind of thing? Or if you're playing it and I want to play it, I can't play it? Or can we both be playing it at the same time? One of us goes offline, we can both play. But if we're online, then that's, well, it's a good service in that, like, no one else offers it. But that's kind of annoying. Then once I'm done playing Bloodstained, or you know, I might just buy you a copy of Bloodstained at that point. You need to play it. This game is that good. If you like Metroidvanias, you need to play this game. Well, I would do it because because you're my friend, but also B, I want to support the devs who made this and show them that people want them to make more fucking games, because God, I want a fucking Bloodstained sequel so bad. I call Lolicons kitty fiddlers. What does that have to do with? Oh wait, hold on. I'm apparently missing something. What the hell? I think Funimation went too far with your idea translating the Lolicon to pedophile, though. Kitty fiddler, another slang term, would have worked better. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I would probably agree with you on that. I would also say that Funimation has been making a lot of localization choices that I disagree with. Let's put it that way. Like there was an anime recently that they translated. I want to say it was them, where a character said something about like, why are you staying away from me? Like, why are you being so distant? And they included random lines about social distancing in the translation. And I'm like, wait, what? That has nothing to do with what this character said, and it really, really dates the translation. So like I'm pretty sure like 30 years from now, no one's gonna understand what social distancing means. It's really stupid. Man, I've got a billion of these helmets now. Just give me my third shard, or fourth shard, or whatever it is. Get the box out of the way. Oh, I've got a pattern. I had a pattern, it's gone now. Ow. Does she moan every time she saves? She says something. I wasn't paying attention. They say a market they want to make money from. Didn't know what it meant 4 months ago, but they did in the 1920s, so maybe in 3020. Maybe? I don't know. I just feel like if it... one of my big pet peeves about translations is if a term... If the content that you're putting in your translation didn't exist in the original, it doesn't belong there. Like, if you're not... Like, you can change the wording. Don't get me wrong. Changing the wording but keeping the intent is one thing. Especially if you have some sort of connection to, like, the game developer or the creator of the anime or whatever. Changing wording while maintaining the original meaning behind the content is fine. But just adding random shit that wasn't there and has nothing to do with the meaning behind the content, like, fuck off. You're basically creating your own thing at that point. And that's not your place. Like, you're not writing something, you're translating something. Now, granted, I often say, you know, one of the things I do for a living is writing, because translating is very much writing, but it's not writing your own original content. Like, I'm not making my own game when I translate games. I'm writing the English version of somebody else's ideas. You help with Unepic, Ghost 1.0, you collaborated with the dev a bunch. see what he meant for a lot of the confusing lines. Yeah. There was... When I worked on PSO2, and they actually gave us very limited access, but access to the devs. So we could leave them questions like, hey, what does this line refer to? Or, hey, this seems to be some sort of naming scheme that you're using. Can you explain what you did to make this scheme? Like, for example, one of the things that I did, I'll go somewhere where I'm not going to get hit so I can explain this. This is actually really fun. And now that the game's out, I can talk about it. So in Phantasy Star Online 2, when you get to the really, really high-level weapons, almost all weapons will have little skills attached to them that'll give the weapon like a boost in their stats. But when you get to the higher levels, you get really complicated skills that give you much better buffs. That'll sometimes just flat out give you skills. And there was an entire section of those skills that was worded in a really confusing way in Japanese, so much so that, like, they were almost using the kanji, the individual Japanese characters, as code for in-game terms. In such a way that a Japanese person could look at it and not understand what it means. So we asked the devs, like, hey, what's going on with this list of stuff? And I got to go through it and rewrite the English version. Kind of like if you've ever played the original Diablo, right? So, like, in the original Diablo, there's stuff that it's like, Godly Plate of the Whale. The godly part means that you get a really huge boost to defense. And the of the whale part means you get a shit ton of HP. There was a lot of stuff like that, but instead of it being like one long thing, it was 4 characters. And I had to figure out what each individual character meant in game. Like an example is the kanji kagayaku, which in normal terms means to shine. Refers to the concept of photons in the game, the base of the magic in the game. So I took, whenever I saw that kanji, I called it lucent, a word in English that means light. So anytime I saw that in a skill, it became lucent something. And there's a whole list of like 60 or 70 skills like that I had to go through and rewrite based on all this information that I got from the devs, and it was really, really fun. That was some of the most fun work that I did on that project. Stay away from translating Atlas RPGs. Their naming schemes are taken from a crap ton of languages. That's everything, DZ. You have no idea how much research goes into translating literally anything. The worst possible thing for Disgaea, I don't think is that company. Disgaea is a different company. Why is my stream lagging? What's going on? There we go, it's still working. Disgaea is it's Nisa. That's a different company. Atlas is Persona and stuff. But the worst part of basically translating any video game is, or for a lot of people anyway, I really enjoy it, is going through the item list. Like all of the potions, the swords, the armor, the blah blah blah, like all that stuff. Because Japanese game developers heavily rely on using terms from Spanish, French, German, Italian, Russian, like any language you can think of, Chinese. They use stuff from those languages to write these, and we have to look them all up individually, figure out what the meaning behind whatever that was, and figure out what we have to do with it. Yeah, Hebrew, like, they do it all kinds of stuff. The unepic guy's Spanish had a lot of rings with a lot of double ofs. Oh dear. Ring of health of strength. That's odd. So was the unepic script originally in Spanish? And you helped translate it to English? 'Cause I've played that game. I've just noticed that I've started to favor the D-pad on my 360 and controller, and I probably shouldn't. I really need to get an Xbox One controller. My Xbox 360 controller is a piece of garbage. Well, that's really cool. Oh man, I gotta go heal. I like how Japanese people just take from anyone to create something new. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it makes for a neat experience, but as a translator, it's not easy. Let's put it that way. It makes my job that much harder. Where's the other one? It's tracking enemies off screen, I think you said? Oh, I was just about to say, have I finally found a rhythm? How many of these helmets do I have? I don't think I can see. But I bet you it's over 10 by this point. Missing the idea of having double jumps. Ugh! Even only reading bad in Japanese is a pain. Yeah. Believe me, there's a lot of things that people take for granted when it comes to game translations. And it's funny, we've had all this discussion tonight on like translation choices and stuff like that. I saw a discussion on Twitter among people in my industry, game translation, and it was someone who translates from like Japanese to Italian, I want to say, or maybe Japanese to French, and they were saying how bad they feel for Japanese to English translators because there is no culture of constantly nitpicking their fucking translations like happens to us. People just sort of accept the translations and they move on. Did I just get a third one? Okay, I have a third one. We can be done now. You Google the word they took from Sanskrit, and there's one Google result for that word. Yeah, when they do Sanskrit, that's the worst, because Sanskrit's really hard. People nitpick Spanish to English. Oh, I'm sure they do, but I'm talking specifically Japanese to other languages. Like video game translations, and manga translations, and anime translations. Apparently, and I've heard this from other people too, the only language combination that gets, like, Twitter wars over translation choices is Japanese to English. Japanese to German, Japanese to French, Japanese to Spanish, Japanese to Italian. None of that shit happens. It's exclusively in my language pair. Thank you, Internet. Pirate hat! Is it better than the Dullahammer? I have 12 Dullahammer helms! Generally don't care much if translations are goofy as long as it's understandable. Well, I don't care if translations are goofy. The important thing to me is, at least as a translator, are they leaving... There's two things. Does it sound like an English speaker wrote it? Like, does it sound like someone sat down and made sure that all the grammar was good and all that sort of stuff? Like, did they actually take the time to, like, polish the work? And 2, are there a bunch of random Japanese words in it where they don't belong? And a good example of this, and I could rant on this for fucking ages, but I'm not gonna, is Persona 5. I haven't played that in English, and I probably won't, because of how bad the translation was. And here's an example of why every good game needs a really good editor, and you need a good glossary that solidifies certain terms. In Japanese, the word pun often gets translated to bread. I want to say it's from the word pau from Portuguese, meaning bread. And for some reason, throughout all of Persona 5, despite all of these different items having the word pun in them, some of them were left in Japanese with the word pun, and some of them were translated as bread. And that just makes me want to slam my head against desks, because all of them mean bread, or all of them mean, like, or if you could also make the argument that, like, okay, in certain cases it doesn't necessarily mean bread. Like, yakisoba pan, which, if you know what yakisoba is, it's fried up buckwheat noodles with a sauce on it, and then the pan is they put it in a hot dog bun. You could maybe make the argument that yakisoba pan shouldn't be yakisoba bread, but you could call it something else in English, and not call it yakisoba pan, because most people aren't going to look at the phrase yakisoba pan and understand what it means. Meanwhile, I'm 90%, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they called melon pan, which is a very typical dessert item here in Japan. It's a pastry. I'm pretty sure they called it melon bread, which is what I would call it. But why aren't they both English? Why is one Japanese? Like, that kind of inconsistent bullshit really gets my fucking gears going. Twitter, yeah. That's the content demand. It's Japan's fault for having shit people want. No, I disagree. You like working design translations. Like, although I fucking hate working design translations so bad. Persona 5 is bad no matter how you translate it? Why is that? Persona 5 is Atlas trying to bet on the weebs overtaking their audience and see if they could just cancel Shin Megami Tensei forever. No. Most English speakers know pan means bread. 90% took Spanish in high school. But that doesn't mean that... Two things. One, I didn't take Spanish in high school. Two, that doesn't mean that it has any place in an English script. When you're writing an English script, you have to write it from the perspective that the person who is going to read it, your target audience, only understands English. They don't know Spanish, they don't know German, they don't know Japanese, they understand English. Why is this? Because the original Japanese script was written in only Japanese. So the original audience only spoke one language and understood the game. You see what I'm saying? By including random Japanese words into an English script, you are changing the fundamental experience of the game from what the original audience experienced. I'm gonna move around. You took German. I didn't take any language in high school because for some reason my high school didn't have language courses at the time. They apparently do now. So I wasn't forced to take any. We had some after-school, like, extracurricular ones, but we didn't have any actual classes. Did Latin for 5 years. What do you do when someone in an all-Japanese game speaks broken English? That depends. That depends on the context. If it is something really stupid, like a really typical thing that happens in Japanese entertainment media, period, is if a foreigner speaks Japanese, they will make them speak really broken Japanese, as to say, ha ha ha, no one but Japanese people can speak proper Japanese. I would probably just translate that straight, because that's stupid. But if it's meant to be something like, here's an example. Robo and Chrono Trigger. Robo and Chrono Trigger speaks in slightly strange Japanese because he's a robot. I think they handled it perfectly by giving him, like, certain weird words in his vocabulary that seemed slightly off, or changing his sentence structure to reflect the fact that he was slightly different from the average speaker. If it was actually English, like, here's an example. I played through the Japanese version of Persona 1, and one of the female characters, I can't remember who, but she is what they call in Japanese, she was a Kikoku Josei, which means she lived in America for a while, and then moved back to Japan. Her dialogue would literally have English words in it, not like katakana English words. Like, she wouldn't say like daemon, which is the katakana way of saying demon. It would literally say demon in English. And I'm not sure how I would handle that. Maybe I would make her, like, having gone to another country. Like, not to the States. Maybe I would have had her go to, like, France. Or, like, have her go to Spain. So all of those English words would get replaced with the equivalent in that language instead. You know, that kind of thing. Good way would be to fuck up the grammar. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. That, I want to say that's... I don't want to go 90, but I'm like 80% certain that's how they handled Robo and Chrono Trigger. Because in Japanese, his Japanese is very weird. Oh, hey, Safa, I'm sorry. I feel like I should have said hi to you a long time ago, and I never got around to it. So, hi, Safa, how are you doing? Am I gonna die outside the fucking... There we go. Cool, I wanted your shard anyway. Summon Rat. That sounds lame. Alright, let's save and go see how bad the first boss is on hard mode. It's probably gonna kick my ass really badly. It's not too bad, Iraito. It's, for one thing, they write it in all katakana, which is interesting. And he speaks in a really overly formal manner, but has strange word choices occasionally, from what I remember. Best familiar is the Silver Knight. It can block projectile and stabs things. Do I want to pay attention to the fucking plot? I basically know the plot. I'm just gonna, like, read it, speed read it, and skip through it. Maybe I should be paying attention to it, because that's way different. Ah, never mind. The particles are all still used correctly? I think so. I honestly don't remember, though. It was like, what? 2 or 3 months ago that I played it? This is gonna be a fun experience. I'm probably gonna die. Holy shit! I'm just gonna like waste all my stuff and like focus on dodging. Wow, I'm gonna die. Did I beat it? I beat it! Just barely, I think. Right? Yeah! Alright! Thrashing Tentacle. Not even...
あれは私の知ってるジーベルの顔だった。絶対に止めてみせる。
God, the fucking soundtrack for this game!
Bloodstained.
Even though I have the voices in Japanese, that was still David Hayter. I'm okay with this. Snake cannot be stopped so easily.
ちょっと待って。
Man, can you heal me first? I'm almost dead, yo. Can we not? Oh hey, I got the bone guy. Bone toss. I'm assuming that's worse than my fireball that I keep forgetting I have. Oh, and since I'm playing on the PC version, that means when I unlock the randomizer, I can play your randomizer instead. Play one that's a little less broken. So that'll be fun.
助かりましたわ、ミリアム。私を知ってる？もしかして。
遅くなってすまないドミニク。
この人が協力者なのね。
はじめまして。私はドミニク。
はじめまして。私はミリアムよ。
She doesn't say anything about her being an exorcist.
約束通り、ミリアムを連れてきてくれて感謝しますわ。
I'm tiny and in a different corner. Yeah, this is how it works when I play HD games. This is my first stream from the new PC. Am I too tiny? I can make myself bigger. I just don't want to like cover up part of the game screen. You know what I mean? Like, given the camera angle, I'm considering getting a green screen. I could fit a green screen behind me here, and then just make myself invisible and like put myself in the or make the background invisible, and put myself in the lower left-hand corner like every other streamer. Keiko reads a book in Japanese class, and they made it some beautiful poetry in English and epic-sounding praise for doing it so well. In the Japanese version, she reads, "This is my youngest son. There are 4 people in my family. He is happy with his wife and children." Where did this randomly come from? And I would heavily disagree with how they handled that, if that's the case. Just as long as I never do Mario Maker. I actually... There's some part of me that kind of wanted to do that, but because, you know, there's some part of me that's a masochist. But I've got a lot more other games that I'd rather play, you know? I'm just hotter now, and that's what PC building does to me. You could have all of this. I also shaved because a certain someone brought it up the last time I streamed. Though my electric razor ran out of battery halfway through, so this side is slightly thicker than this side. To buy like 30 LEDs to light up my room with random colors. Like I actually kind of like that idea, like decorating your room. Like it's not near me anymore, but at one point I had like a blank white wall behind me, and I have this poster of a painting that Yoshitaka Amano did of Vampire Hunter D, which is one of my favorite things in the world ever. Like his art and Vampire Hunter D are like some of my favorite things ever. So I had to buy it when I saw it. It was cheap. It was like 15 bucks. But I framed it, and I was going to put it behind me so that people could see it. Like, I like people having little decorations. And then, like, last Halloween, when I did, or not even Halloween, it's like August. For me, I do August to, like, November is spooky games period for me. Good. I was going to say I haven't had a alert go off yet. I wanted to see if they work. Thank you for the host.
No,
because it's all on a new PC now. But there's an Amano poster of Bloodstained. I want it. For spooky game period, spooky game months, spooky game season. That's what I'm gonna call it. Spooky game season. There we go. I have these little, they're about this big. These little transparent skulls that have LEDs in them. So I turned out the lights, and I had these two little transparent skulls with LEDs in them going behind me, and I think that sort of stuff is very cute. Bright lights annoy the heck out of me. I understand that. You have electric... I do the same sort of thing. Where'd it go? It fell off. There's a little, a blinking LED light on the front of my laptop that annoys the piss out of me because I never turn my laptop off while I'm asleep. Like, I listen to Twitch streams as I fall asleep, and it blinks, and it bugs the shit out of me. That's also the reason why there's next to no RGB inside my new computer. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at the RGB that does exist. Like, I didn't know that apparently my motherboard has a little bit of RGB in it that I didn't know was a thing. And my my RAM also does, but it's subtle. It's not like some people's cases where, like, every fucking fan and, like, 5 strips on every side of the thing has RGB. It's like, it's laid back RGB, and I kind of like it. Sorry for everybody who's talking about English. You had to go to Hulu to see what she said. There weren't any clips of that scene on YouTube. I feel like I'm missing the context of where that's coming from. Yeah, I don't like the fact that like putting RGB on every fucking thing is a thing now. I can't stand that. But again, it's growing on me. Like, my buddy Mr. Scoot, which, fuck, I really need to one day. When I have the second monitor, I've got a keyboard right here where I can just type it. Draz, if you can, or Iraito, someone shout out Mr. Scoot. That's Mr. spelled out and SCOOT. He just got a new PC that's roughly the same build as mine. And his case is, like, flooded with fucking RGB. At first, I couldn't stand it. But the more I looked at it, the more it started to grow on me. But again, I like... I'll even show you if I can. Hold on. Because one of the best things about my computer case, and this is the reason I chose it, is I can open these doors whenever I want without having to unscrew anything. It's fucking magnetic. I can just go BAM! And look, the inside of my computer's open. I should have gone the other way. I should have gone the other way. Mistakes were made. It's fine. I can't actually see what I'm doing. Hold on. There we go. Now I can see. You just can't hear any of the game audio, but you see my RAM has a little bit of RGB. Is that my... I don't know what that is. I think that might be my graphics card, actually. Making those little RGB lights on the side. And then it has a little... The Gigabyte logo is RGB. That is precisely enough. And I love this. Look at this. Look. Aside from my headphone being there. Now it's closed. I love it. I love that case so goddamn much. And then perfectly centered again. I love it. Okay. Twitch might ban me for showing some porn. Your side door is always open because you do open airflow. Well, I've got, right now I'm kind of clogging it a little bit, but I've got a big vent on the top, which has one exhaust fan pointing up on it. We've got a big vent in the front that has two giant 140 millimeter intake fans. And then I've got another exhaust fan in the back that's 120 millimeters. So there is plenty of airflow. And then also the my power supply is flipped upside down so that the fan on the power supply is also doing an exhaust fan downwards. And I've got these magnetic dust filters on the top, front panel, and bottom right underneath my power supply. So if dust ever gets in there and I need to clean it, I don't have to take my entire computer apart to do it. I just open the door, click, clean it out, stick it back in, close the door, and it's done. Open airflow, also known as getting dust over everything. Yeah. You know that RAM RGB, same as yours, same brain graphics too. Your motherboard has an eerie red glow you assume you can change, but you're lazy. As long as they don't stop, it's fine. Just make sure you find that the power supply never gets too dusty. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I have that, I can actually show you, I think. There's something in the way that would stop me from taking it out all the way. But, there's a dust filter directly under my power supply. So I've got dust filter right above my exhaust fan, dust filter right in front of my two intake fans, and dust filter under my power supply fan. So I'm pretty much good to go as far as cleaning my PC goes. And then again, I have these doors that I don't have to like unscrew anything to open, so if anything else gets dirty, I could just boop and open it up and clean stuff. I'm skipping this. I want to play the fucking game. I have been talking way too much and not killing anything. Where are two of... Where's the other one? There. Dust buildup affects performance on any fan, and also overall lifetime. As long as they don't stop. Yeah, one thing I'm going to do is, since Iraito mentioned it, I'm going to probably buy myself a cheap air compressor, so that like once every couple months when I change the 3 dust filters, I'll also just give the whole case a nice dusting on the inside with an air compressor, just to make sure that it's not getting dirty in there. Skip this. I wanna do alchemy. Let me do alchemy. I don't remember who that little girl is. Think about it. Should I know who that little girl is? What does a waystone do? That's just to teleport me back here, right? Relic that takes you wherever you picture requires concentration. You have dust overs over everything like most modern cases, you won't have to clean it very often. I assumed that was the case. That was one of the things that I when I was meticulously putting this fucking computer together. As soon as I heard, like, I didn't know when I was building computers this time around, because I haven't built a computer in like 7 years. I didn't know that not only that dust filters are standard, but that magnetic dust filters that you can just pop in and pop out without having to take your computer apart are becoming a thing. I was like, wait, that's a fucking thing? So I made sure that was one of the things that the case that I got just had to fucking have. I'm like, nope. We're making sure that my computer stays nice and clean.
やあ来たね。さて、何を
Let's make stuff. Can I cook? What do you mean I can't cook? I need to buy a bunch of ingredients. Can I buy or make a better weapon? What do I want to use? Like I said before, I purposely went out of my way to play with swords before. Do we want to do maybe katanas this time? Let's try a katana and see what that's like. That's pretty fast. That's isn't that basically a sword, though? It's not. I'm not really getting a lot of, you know, choices, though. Scarf that resembles bat wings. That's awesome. Attack speed is fairly consistent across one-handers if you do not short hop. Hey, S-Lib, how's it going, man? Oh, that's what the melting bone is for? It's for making things to unpetrify myself? I kind of want to do a two-hander. They consider axes a two-handed or greatsword? I don't know. Oh, I didn't know the pirate hat made your luck go up. PC building is a pissing contest of RGB and cable connector superiority arguments. Not necessarily. You think I need to do some grocery shopping? Yeah, I should probably do some grocery shopping too. Let us make the best armor I can make. I kind of don't want to make that. Oh man, it takes a lot of iron. So one of my goals in this eat is to try to use weapons that I didn't use before, because I almost exclusively used Jesus, this is interesting. I almost exclusively use stuff in the sword category. So I figure I want to try to use different things. Like, I actually kind of want to use spears. That sounds fun. Or whips. I rather enjoy the whip that I have. But it doesn't seem like whips get very good. PC building is all about noise to performance ratio. Yep, that was what it was for me. I wanted high performance. I wanted really, really cool interior and components, and I wanted as little noise as possible. If you're talking about mental health stuff last time, you started your own path for that yesterday. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's great. Anybody? I'm really tired, and it probably shows, but if anybody out there watching this has ever felt like they might want to go talk to somebody because you're really anxious all the time, or you're depressed all the time, or you ever had that feeling like you just don't want to get out of bed, or you feel like you're trapped inside your own head because you've got stuff you want to do, but you just can't fucking do it for some reason? Go talk to somebody. Look into getting meds. Look into talking to a therapist. It is a really, really important thing. I have just recently started my own journey down that road, and it has already helped me immensely. Cannot recommend it higher than I already do, but I am exhausted. I want a PC with the latest Thunderbolt connector just so you can use latest AverMedia capture device. I don't even know what Thunderbolt connector is. The fastest connectors I have red USB 3 ports. No, down that road. When you move through a road, the phrase is down that road. It just means that you're traveling a road. I've got a USB Type-C on the front of my computer that I have to buy some stupid connector for to make it even work. And then I have these red USB connectors on the I/O shield on my motherboard that aren't USB Type 3. They're some new type that I don't actually know what they are off the top of my head. Like USB 3.1 or 3.2 or something like that. Thunderbolt used to be a proprietary Apple connector. Oh, okay. Let's go get some ingredients and make ourselves some food and get some buffs. I'm just gonna ignore what you're saying. Can I sell? Can I sell like a billion of these helmets? They're not worth a goddamn, but I'll sell 11 of them. Okay. So let's buy like flour, egg, cinnamon, milk, red beans, cacao beans, baking soda. I do believe that is it. Oh hey, you have weapons too. They're expensive as fuck. A flamberge, that sounds really fun. It's a two-handed sword. A spear! I'm gonna buy it because I want to try out what spears are like. I'm probably gonna regret it. It's... Wait, what? Okay, so it gives me a little bit of range, but it's really slow. I'll test it out in combat. Capture device can do 4K 60 FPS with HDR. I don't even know what half that shit means. Yeah, I want to get an AverMedia internal PCI Express capture card. I purposely made sure I'd have a couple extra ports on my motherboard so I could eventually do that. But I don't know if I care about getting like a 4K one or anything like that. I just want like 1080p. It's probably fine. For rice ball, we need rice. We don't have. Alright, I just make butter. Butter's made in every goddamn thing. And then we can buy butter from the shop now. Chinese noodles. I always vocal about mental health and making sure you advocate for yourself. Talk to your mental health department at the hospital or other resources if insurance is a problem for you. Try not bringing it up with your primary care if you don't have to. Makes getting help a lot easier if you don't talk to your regular doctor who does physicals. They might just throw a dart at a board with any department. I didn't know that. Huh. Your current capture card randomly turns off and some... Yeah. That's one... I hear good things about AverMedia, but I have one of their capture cards, and for all I know, it might be it might be my laptop, and we're gonna eventually try capturing from the Switch and the PS4 on this brand new computer I have. Maybe I won't have these problems. But the AverMedia capture card I have is an external capture card. I forget what it's called. But I paid an enormous amount of money for it. I paid like $250 for it back when I got it. It's not Live Gamer. I could... Hold on, I'll look it up on my fucking laptop. My laptop will tell me. If I put in AverMedia. There. AverMedia Extreme Cap U3 is what I got. And it randomly... if you've ever seen me stream on like Saturdays when I do my Monster Hunter streams, you'll see the video will randomly flicker and the audio will randomly shut off and then turn back on really fast. It's had problems like that forever, and they've offered several sets of drivers to fix different problems, but each driver introduces a different problem. Originally, my problem was the sound would go out, and it was just the sound. And they have a Reddit. They have a subreddit. So I went there, and I explained, hey, I have this card, I have this problem, is there a way to fix it? And they gave me, like, this Google Drive link to a beta version of the firmware for it. So I installed that, and the problem went away. But then it became that the game would start freezing. And then eventually, the game and the audio started, like, flickering. So I went back. I said, hey, the patch you gave, or the firmware you gave me, introduced this different problem. So they gave me another firmware. This was, like, months later. And that firmware fixed that problem entirely. But it introduced a new problem. Now there was an audio delay. Meaning that there was a delay between what I saw and what the capture got. I played almost the entirety of the remake, or the remaster, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, of Catherine on my PS4 with that firmware on it. And I would constantly have to adjust the delay on my capture card via OBS in order to make sure that you guys were seeing things at the same speed that I was. So I eventually uninstalled that firmware, and I am now back on the firmware where it occasionally flickers, because that is a less... It is a more manageable problem than having to constantly change the fucking delay. Because it wasn't like a constant delay. It would, like, change. It would go from being like a plus 300 millisecond delay to a minus 150 millisecond delay, and anywhere in between, and I had to constantly fix it, and I was like, fuck this shit, it's stupid. But I tried the on-disc drivers that came with it. Yeah, that's what I originally installed that gave me the what was it, the first problems with it was the sound problems. So again, for all I know, that might just be like, maybe my laptop is that much of a piece of shit that it can't handle the hardware. I don't know. We'll find out the next time I do Monster Hunter stuff this weekend. So I'm gonna just try to call you the 666 extension. Called my previous thing streaming with pure willpower making it work? Yeah! No, seriously, that was... All of the streaming that I've been doing with this piece of shit laptop, like, I'm surprised it worked. I'm surprised it worked at all. Oh, hello. New PC, who dis? Hey, cooler. So, head flail I use. Oh, hello. So, we have rank and grade. So, I actually don't know what grade does. Grade has been what I've been upgrading. That is interesting. Stone Thaw. Make powerful, more powerful familiar. I can make Stone Thaw. I can only make one Stone Thaw.
これにし
But I bet you it'll show up in the shop now that I made it.
そうだ。
Hold that thought. Maybe a good deal. I'd trade my soul to never feel tired. Yeah. I haven't gotten to the point where I don't feel tired all the time. I feel a lot less tired. Like, it took me 16 hours to put this computer together, and I don't think I would have had the energy to do that before I started taking my anti-anxiety meds. I would have just let the shit sit in a corner and never touch it. Much like I have a chair and a shelf sitting right next to where my computer is right now that I bought when I moved here that has been sitting there for almost 2 years.
今日は新しい
Demons are tricky with deals. You made that one. You'll die of exhaustion because you don't know you're tired. What? Oh, because of the 666 extension. Got it.
どれを買ってくれるのかしら
Let me buy a bunch of these. And let's go enhance our little familiar dudes because I want them to be as strong as we can get them.
いや、さあ今日はどうする？
これにし
I wish it would tell me. Wait, what? It says level 9. Oh, that's the level of the familiar. That's right.
これにし
Oh, it requires different stuff now. Oh wait, no it doesn't. Yeah, it does. Monster bird hair. That's fine. And then I've been using head flail, but I'll probably get better stuff. Right?
ね
彼女ここに来るの。
I still didn't get any food that I can eat, did I? Fuck. Can I eat any of this shit? I can't even eat the ramen? Is the lady up there that I give these seeds to? I want to give her her seeds. Or is the guy? I don't remember. Yeah. Here, take these seeds.
これで
Can you? Oh, only one seed at a time? Okay, fine. And you're the revenge lady.
聞いてお私が集めたバケ
It's fine. Where?
私が集めた化け物の情報
That's it?
こんなところ
Kill 5 morts? There's like a billion of them. It's easy. What does the little girl want?
ここの外は
Are you just... You're just chilling there? I know you want food.
こんな元
She wants a goddamn onigiri that I don't have.
シャードの回
That's right. I could sell a couple of these
取引
for the money that I don't have right now.
どれを売ってくれるのかしら
What else do I have that I don't need? Sea urchin? Probably get rid of this Nodachi. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna use it. I want to try different weapons. Or this claymore. Sometimes you have too many USB ports to use and run out of bandwidth for your very big USB 3 device like your PS camera or a hard drive. Usually either or, just unplug one, move it to USB 2. Even if it's backwards compatible, PS4 camera is USB 3 only. Have I seen the Crash 4 trailer? No, I have not. Helpful to know that different weapon types have different damage types that some enemies may be weak or strong against. I vaguely remember this, but I don't remember exactly how that comes into play. Like, I see those little icons down there. Like, that's stabbing damage. This is slashing damage. This is probably bashing damage. This is both of them for some reason. That's slashing, slashing. That is a different type of stabbing damage? No, it's the same. Okay. Impact, that's the word. Yeah, honestly, I was never a big Crash Bandicoot fan. To be fair, I haven't actually played a lot of the games in the series. And I actually mean to. I do have a list of PS1 games I want to play, and it's on there. I'm gonna buy these and hope that I can make something to upgrade my stats, because my stats are garbage. Set sound input for different applications. You can watch stream on the TV and not have to mute it entirely if you also play a video game. Yeah! Isn't technology wonderful? I can make a manju! Yay! I can make pasta or bread. I like bread would be smart. What can I make with this pasta? Like, nothing. Man, I'm really not gonna get any... Yeah, okay. Fine, be that way, game. I'll come back when I have money. As you can see, like in real life, all that matters is who has the most money. I'm not Kaiba, I can't just bend the rules to my whim yet. Let me go kill 5 of these zombies real quick for this lady. It's a bone mort. Yo, look at how much damage my fucking familiars do. Now that I've upgraded them. That's a mort. I like the distance that the spear gives me. Also, why is there no music playing? Is it supposed to be like that? Get my first teleporter, even though we can't use it. I don't like when they reuse IPs. They clearly should have just made a new one. What am I missing? I'm just thinking it would be totally different if they get to make a new one and not preserve mechanics in a remake. So you're saying that you think that they should just make a different game and not try to make something that has to sort of live up to the reputation of what Crash Bandicoot was? I can kind of understand that. Was Sonic the Hedgehog 4 that bad? I just helped do an episode of the Ready Go Gaming show about Sonic, and out of all the other Sonic games that I saw that were absolute trash on that episode, Sonic 4 didn't look nearly as bad. Like, you could play worse. You could play a lot worse in that series. Oh hey, did I get the bat thing? Summon bat, yay. Wait, what? I don't know what that was, but it didn't let me pick it up. Wait, are you telling me I can go down through that one, but I can't go down through this one? This is telling you how long it's been since I've played this. I don't remember where any of the secrets and shit are. Which I guess is good. Because I'll have fun. Oh, I love this. I love that you're just like, nah, I'm gonna use this chair. Don't mind me. Base lard. Are daggers quick enough to make it worth the fact that you gotta get really close? I disagree. We're gonna put the spear back on. Oh, but you can throw them. Now that could be worth it. Let me give that a try. I probably should, like, actually pay attention to how gorgeous this fucking set is. Because when I saw it the first time, it didn't look this good. It just didn't. Oh, we can go down here. I remember this. Hey guys, where the fuck are you going? You just took off and left me behind. What if a monster shows up, you dicks? Like those. Oh, I already have the summon bat thing. Y'all are just tall enough to escape my dagger throws. I'm not sure I like that. Wait, really? Is that all this is? Oh, there we go. Hello. Oh, really? I know that can make some really cool shit. Oh, and now I can... Okay, fine. Sure, whatever you say, game. I can go up through them, but I can't go down through them. Let me test something. I don't think you can do it in the air, can you? Oh, you can. That's pretty strong, actually. But it's really hard to aim, and I miss hitting my enemies when I actually attempt to hit them. I'm not sure you just watched Crash 4 uses the rail grinding a lot. You don't remember that being in Crash, but you do in Sonic. Huh. Why do you give me 3 rings? Dull hammer? I know where those are. I like how these are all names from Castlevania. I've said this before because there is a... I'm fairly certain there's a VOD of me playing this the first time. But I still love it. Do I not have 2 accessories? Is that maybe why? Yeah, I'll just like put another ring on, because fuck it. Wait, what? I forgot that was a thing. I am getting tired. What? I can break down my kung fu shoes? I should have kept those helmets. I could probably break them down into something useful. Anyway, I have a 8-bit coin now. Here we go. blood-soaked boots that hit with all the force of the falling sky, but it only has 15 attack power. I had to actually look up... This one has 13 attack power, but it also does poison damage, it appears. Alchemical shoes designed for guests both welcome and not. Shield weapon. Should I do a shield weapon run? Encrypted orchid. It has lightning damage, I think. Hikari. Gee, I wonder if that's fucking light damage. There's a... Wait, what? That looks like a spear to me, sir. Moonlight shaped into a blade reflecting the heart's true self. That's also light element. Gold cross. A sword imbued with strange powers, originally created by a secretive brotherhood, gives strength in times of need. Basically, Space Jam. Use sword. A certain ruler of the universe's sword, its power has faded. Red Beast's Edge, a mysterious broken longsword fused together with a magic crystal curse. Prismatic Heart. Strange rod from another world. The jewel emits a magical light. Deathbringer. Crafted by an orc warlord, forged in a hellfire. What's this? Claw of Omoraki. Weapon forged by souls seeking purification. Blood grinder. Is that a fucking chainsaw? Silent Calamity. Weapon that crushes opponents and ushers in silence. Sculptor's Chisel. An ice lance, sadly not a sickle. Chisels away all of your enemies. Yo, that sounds and looks sick. My opinion is also heavily influenced by Final Fantasy. They need to pick a new name. Final Fantasy 15 was not a Final Fantasy game. It will never be. Man, you have all of the strong opinions. Like, all of them. Omoraki, it's a food-type demon made up of a raw whole chicken with an onion for a head. So that's a chicken claw? Is what you're telling me? Renee's Requiem. Ambivalence. A whip bound by powers of darkness. Charge it to release its light. I have several of these I want to try. I'm gonna save first. I'm gonna find one of these that I like and we're gonna go with it. Can I load whenever I want? Is that a thing? Can I just... I can probably just like quit, right? Title screen. Yeah, okay. I fucking love the demons in Shin Megami Tensei. I really do. So, first of all, I'm really curious as to what this is. They have a really, really big hit range, it looks like. Oops, hitting the select button. You can't do the Kung Fu boots thing. They're pretty strong. They have a wide range. That's all I'm getting out of that. Eid, if you're still here and you have any particular favorites, I'm not against suggestions, but I do have a couple I want to try out of my own. Shield weapon, of course. You have many strong opinions. You mostly get jokingly ragey about it. If I hold the button, it actually lets me hold it out like a shield. The dumb thing is, oh, first of all, it goes away. Oh, wait. I don't have to hold it, it just stays that way after I use it. What kind of weapon is it? It's a sword. I purposely want to try to get hit by something while this is... I want something to hit me. My little Dullahan heads are like ruining it for me. Oh, yeah, you can actually guard. That bat ran into it and it didn't do any damage. That is neat. This is one of those things I never gave a try when I played this game before. I think I made one. I didn't actually do the smart thing and save first. And I remember not being happy with whatever it was that I chose, and I just gave up. Where's the fucking chainsaw, gimme? I didn't equip it. Didn't mean to do that. This has got to be a chainsaw, right? Yeah, it's basically a chainsaw. Oh, my battery's dying. Hold on. Let me plug my laptop back in. I'm gonna have to move my mic. Oh, hey, that actually works. I can put this right here, and we have basically the same setup with more dangerous cables in front of my face. I have to wonder if that actually does damage. If you know you're gonna go too far, if you argue, you'll just say, eh. You should never go full rage in Twitch chat, re. It resists whatever this weapon does. Does it actually do, like, multiple hits? It doesn't. So I don't get the point of it, like, rotating. What is the icon? I don't know what those icons mean, and they're not gonna tell me. Wait, what? I didn't know you could zoom in. I didn't mean to zoom in on our bobes. I love these fucking, like, stained glass tattoo things. They're so cool. Little magic symbols. Her roots kind of suck, though. What is there? Select, start. Nothing will tell me what those things actually mean. It's not like they jiggle when you do that. Oh, one of those is curse. I assume that's the second one, and one of them might be bleed. Is bleed a thing? Interesting. Not my kind of weapon, though. Not gonna lie. It's too slow. I mean, this one's stronger, but this one has ice. Can I freeze enemies? Is that a thing? Oh, it's gigantic, too. It's got a really thick blade. Way bigger than the other one. Can I freeze stuff? It appears to be doing ice damage. It makes ice effects, but I haven't seen something get frozen yet. Yeah, I don't think it'll actually freeze something. Oh well, that's slightly disappointing. Funny thing is, I know a lot of these weapons have, like, upgrades to them that will get better, I'm sure. But I want something that I can use now. That will be awesome now, not later. Give me the silent... No, wait. Actually, yes. Give me the silent calamity. Is this, like, made of stone?
これはいいぞジーベル
This is another great sword, though. It is absolutely made of stone. Can I petrify dudes with this? You can. And they crumble the fucking dust when you do it. But it appears that a lot of enemies will resist that shit, so... whatever. I like how his head bounces when I'm doing that backdash thing. What I wanted was this. Black Dragon's Ode. Now, I want to check something, because I'm pretty sure you get to upgrade these. Yeah. You get a 16-bit coin, and you get an upgraded version of it. I'm gonna have to look into that. Like, what these do. I'm sorry, but this looks like it's out of Monster Hunter. This looks like it's made of fucking Azure Rathalos materials. It is weak as fuck, though. Why is it so weak? What? My current spear does more damage than that. What? I don't get it. Oh, there we go. Now it's doing roughly the same damage as my current spear. Remember, this fucker's resistant to it? Does it have an element? It doesn't, it's just stabbing. Well, now I'm sad. Hopefully the fucking thing that I'm really looking forward to, the whip will be cool. Maybe it's there to look like it's from Monster Hunter. Yeah, I get the feeling that a lot of these 8-bit and 16-bit weapons are purposely, like, referencing something. Ambivalence. A whip bound by powers of darkness. Charge it to release its light. This one probably has the coolest sounding description. And it looks badass. Can I charge it? Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck did I just get myself into? Is this light and dark? I think I just got the only multi... What? I think that might be the coolest weapon I've seen. Though I don't have the chain, or what is it, the whip sword DLC. Though I should. Let me see how light damage does on other stuff. Dude, everybody loves Monster Hunter, and for good reason. Monster Hunter is fucking amazing. Oh my god, you do more damage if you're using light. And it makes different sounds. What is this? I didn't know you were gone, Naruto. Want to see something weird? I just crafted this weapon. It's a whip. It looks like this. And when I charge it, it changes colors and changes elements. So now it's a dark whip instead of being a light whip when I do this. And I'm not gonna lie, I kinda want to stick with this. Because this is real. Oh, here we go. Is this how you do it? Ah, but I fucked it up, but that is how you do it. Like a laser whip from Gundam? Kinda. Like a heat whip? Aw, now I done fucked it up for myself. Started playing it on the PSP back in the day. It? What is it? Oh, Monster Hunter. Didn't get into it much. Can't get into the new ones at all with what you've played. I don't know enough Gundam to know who that is, Yurito. The only Gundams I know are... I know Gundam Wing, and I know G Gundam, which are apparently not very popular with people who like UC Gundam. Oh wait, motherfucker, I didn't want to do that. Because there is still this way. I fucking love G Gundam. Is that a boss door? No. Oh, but this is the, we can't go anywhere until we get the swimming stuff area. Okay. I saw a lot of Unicorn. I need to go back and watch it, because I watched it when it was coming out, like, as it was coming out. And I watched up until the point where they hadn't had any more, because it hadn't come out yet. And I really enjoyed it. I've actually got a, I've got a model kit in my apartment that I have to put together. I've got a master grade Banshee that I got as a present from Bandai for, like, Christmas last year. It's supposed to be... Never mind. That wasn't that way when I played it. I don't think. I don't remember it being that way. Also, you're right, all of these, oh, you like Gunplush? And I go show you a couple of the ones I've actually finished? Actually, at the moment, it would only be one. All these portraits here, these are backer portraits from the Kickstarter campaign. I think that's really cool. Even the ones that are dorky and made up like anime characters and like vampires and shit. I really need to find a fucking save point. Like, now. Oh, you have, like, a, 100-hand slap if you use the rapier. That's kind of neat. For the most part, all my gunpla are HG, just because... I'm not into the hobby enough to spend that much money and time on a kit. So Zabi Verka, Master Grade, nice. I want to say is the Banshee that I have Verka? Am I crazy? Or was it just a Master Grade? They gave us a box because we did the Dragon Ball card game, right? They gave us a box with a bunch of random shit in it that they make as, like, a Christmas present. And despite the fact that only 2 people in our company actually work on the game, we split it amongst the entire company. I'm gonna die! Alright, maybe the whip is not the smartest idea. Maybe I should use a weapon that actually has... Yeah, the whip was cool until it stopped being cool. I need a fucking save point, man. Also, look at that picture of someone's cat. I fucking love it. Yeah, I don't know exactly who, but I know that the Verka stuff is, designed by somebody else. Because several of the kits that were in the box they gave us were Verka kits. Save point. Save point, please. I'm afraid. I am very afraid. I remember giant pool of blood that we have to fix later. That's just plot. Save point, please. Thank God. This game on hard is beyond hard. Actually, I think that's a good point to end. It's 11:30. I need to go to sleep. So, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for listening to all of my ridiculously stupid rants about my job. About translation practices. Let me see who is still streaming at the moment. And we will pass on the love to them. G is playing Power Golf. I'm not sure about that one. Grunt's playing The Legend of Prince Valiant, and I kind of want to go back to that one because that's funny. Or, yeah, still Power Golf. Or, so, this is an option that I've always had and I've always questioned. So, there is this Japanese streamer that I really like, whose name is Kei-chan. He doesn't speak English almost at all. He used to have a thing on his stream that would translate his Japanese into badly Google translated English. But he's playing... He's playing Doki Doki Literature Club in Japanese for a celebration for his 300 follower special, and also for his birthday, which was 2 days ago. He knows some of the plot twists, but doesn't know all of them. No Doki Doki, you no happy? Okay, we'll skip that then. We will do Grunt then, because The Legend of Prince Valiant looks like some wonderful dank jank. And I haven't had the opportunity to raid Grunt in a long time, actually. It's definitely jank. What is it? Is it the Legend of... What is it? Legend of Prince Jank. That's gonna be our raid call. Anyway, as per usual, I gotta remember to do stuff. Yeah, there we go. Do feel free to follow me on the Twitter, and join the Discord. As always, every week with only one exception so far, we do movie nights on Saturday morning my time, so that's Friday evening for most of a lot of you. I actually got a really cool set of movies that I want to watch soon. We're going to be watching the Beverly Hills Cop series soon. So there is that. And again, thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for being here. Please do consider... Oh, fuck, we got a raid now or it's going to force it. So have a good rest of your day. I will see you on Thursday. So hope to see you then.